Welcome to the Overboard DM. My name's Cujo, and I go overboard on everything Dungeons & Dragons. And I'm back again with another Gale Force 9 miniature. This one here is an older series miniature for the Ogre Mage. And you can say that name yourself, Quesnef. It's the limited edition 1500. I don't believe they make it anymore, but you can't find them online like I did. Most of my Gale Force 9 miniatures are already put together, but I did just get this one, so I will do an unboxing, and then at the end of the video I'll have it put together for you. And this miniature was from an older edition module, White Plume Mountain. Out of all the Ogre Mages that are made currently, I don't think I own one, if I'm mistaken. But he's pretty unique looking, and you're about to see how big he is. Don't mind the mess. I'm doing it on my workbench here, and I got my trusty airbrush pad to catch any loose bits. Now, how Gale Force 9 miniatures come, especially their bigger models, will be in a box and a baggies, and there's usually an inspection code, and there isn't one on this one, so we don't know who inspected this one. Let's start with the base. We have a nice wood floor with a rug. Got a little tab here you're gonna have to sand down. Got a peg for his foot. And there is two miniatures in this set. There is also a little halfling. I guess that's the Quesnef. And then the Ogre Mage doesn't have a name. So let's see what we got here. Alright, so it's already came off. It's his arm with a sword. Whoop, I'm not on camera there. So see the detail in it. It's got like a tassel or piece of cloth coming off the one side there. You always got to check your sprues real good to make sure there's nothing else on it. So what I'm going to do is just set that aside, because I have had little things where I've clipped things off that weren't supposed to be clipped, and I've had to fix it. Alright, so what do we got here? We have his other arm, sword, and it looks like a piece of his shorts. And looks like we have the halfling. And you gotta check those bags, because I just noticed some pieces here. Alright, so let's see this guy. That's the back, and then the front. And see, you can mistake that cane if you thought, oh, he's got a little piece of plastic there, let me just cut that off, and then you realize, oh, that's a cane. I have done that before. The cane didn't look that obvious, and like this one here, but I have trimmed a cane off, and I had to fix it. So you got another wood floor. His hand behind his back, and then the little piece that was on that nub right here is a stack of books and a little cup. So I'll set that down. I'm gonna have one more bag. This is the main body of our Ogre Mage with a peg. Now you can see here, this is something I wanted to show you. He's got a peg on both feet, and then he's got an additional peg that's got to be trimmed off. But both those pegs, you have to choose which one has to be taken off, because there is only one hole. And by the picture, it's going to be that foot there, and that's going to have to be trimmed off. And you can see that it's too far through the hole here. So it's going to be something like that. Just leaning back. So overall, let me just make sure I zoom in here so you can see the quality. I'll show them put together. So there's some mold line. I have to clean them up there. But still very good looking sculpt. Try to look at his head a little bit more. Sticking out his tongue. Pretty cool. A lot of good detail. I have seen bad reviews for this particular miniature. I believe it was because of the blades were too thin or fragile, but they look pretty good to me. You want them to be thin and sharp. Looks like I can clean that one up a little bit. I don't see any problem with them at all. So that is it. We're going to do some magic in a second, and we'll have these put together for you in about that much time. And we're back. Just like that. Presto. He is fully assembled. I can tell you that I broke him in a couple different spots. The knives, the blades themselves weren't the fragile part for me. It was trying to get my knife in here. This spot here, whoop, that spot here broke, that spot here broke, and this spot here broke. This back piece glues on here, down here, and right there. I tried to bend it just a little tiny bit. Really, it's pretty thin and it was bending, but it snapped right here. So I'll have to, it's hard to see in the glare there, but I'll have to just make sure it's filled. This piece here, when I was cutting it out, I had to cut a tab off. It took part of a chunk of this cape out, and I had to fix that. Yeah, it looks a lot better when I put my hand behind there. But besides that, I mean, I almost didn't keep the little tassels of fabric. I almost left them off because they didn't break until after I put the arms on, and then I was trying to work that back piece. So when I was trying to work that back piece, you know, these are just sticking way out, like as you see, and I'm not looking at what I'm doing, and I broke them off. So I would recommend definitely doing the back first, and then putting on the swords and the arm. But everything went together nice except for what I broke. Took me a little longer, but he looks really good. I like the model. And then we have the little halfling, and he looks pretty cool, I have to say. I've got some other halfling miniatures, and this one here is pretty cool. I like him. You can see the glue on my fingers. But yeah, I have to say this is a nice little kit. I'd recommend it. Just be careful. With all Gale Force 9 miniatures, you want to be careful. And you know, post in the comments which miniatures you'd like to see next. Like I said, I've got all of them. And if I don't, like this one here, some of the older ones I'm still trying to get my hands on. Post it in the comments. And you can go to our Discord group, Tabletop Dungeoneers, and we have a bunch of DMs over there, a bunch of YouTubers, and you can talk to me over there, talk to the other guys, and see what kind of videos they're posting, and maybe recommend something that you'd like to see. Or we got a lot of people that do crafting videos. You know, they're always making something, or got guys that do lore and stuff, and we got guys that are all into different kinds of hobbies. So, you know, and I do have a Beholder miniature coming. We'll be doing that. That's not by Gale Force 9. That is by Quinn, which I'll post his link when I get the miniature in. It's going to be our own personal Beholder, the one that's right here. It's in all my videos. It's our logo for our group. Can't wait to get it. It's on its way. And every one of us, or most of us, have gotten them, and we're going to be doing videos on them. It's a mechanical Beholder, so keep an eye out for that, and come join us over there. Until next time, guys, see you later.